Hello people, my name is Brijesh. Welcome to Cube and it's a great session that we are going to have today. Today's session is not on questions. Today we are going to take some very interesting theoretical concepts on grammar. Many people told me that sir, grammar is very weak and grammar plays a very important role in some of the aptitude exams. So please give us some concepts on grammar. And for this reason, today I have decided to teach you a bit of basic grammatical concepts, right? So today I will be teaching you basics of grammar. So what is the first lesson that we learn when we come to grammar? The first lesson that we learn in grammar is parts of speech, right? So this is something that we are going to discuss today. So within parts of speech, we will have a few things. Now, you all must remember that you would have done parts of speech long time back in your school days. Somewhere in sometime in 7th, 8th, 6th, 7th, 8th standard teachers do teach you part of speech, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Now, what does it mean and what is the importance of part of speech? We will try to understand that first. Then we will take all the different parts of speech and we will try to understand article usage. We'll just take the brief introduction of article usage and then the questions on article usage I will take next time. Correct? So, parts of speech. How many parts of speech do we have in English language? Before that, before I list all the different parts of speech, let's try to understand what do we mean by part of speech. So, for example, if I write a word here, suppose if I write a word, correct, if I write a word book, what is this word? What is this word? Some of you would say that this word is a noun. Some of you would say that this word is a verb. Quite possible. It can be a noun, it can be a verb. It depends on what? It depends upon how the word has been used. There is a book on the table. There is a book on the table, correct? There is a book on the table. So this book is noun. Correct? There is a book on the table. The word book is a noun. Why it is a noun? Because here the word book is acting like an object or a thing. And suppose if I take one more example here, they book the tickets for us. So there is some agency, you are running a company and that agency does the job of booking the tickets for your employees when they travel from one place to the other. So they book the tickets for us. They could be anyone. What is this book here? This book is basically an action to book tickets. So when you say to book tickets, it shows action and therefore the word book is a verb. Clear to all of you? So the word book is a verb in this case, the word book is a noun in this case. That means the word book can be used in two different ways. Similarly, there are many words which can be used as a noun, as a verb, as a pronoun, lots of different ways. So how to determine part of speech? It all depends upon what function the word has in a sentence. So when you use a particular word in a sentence, depending on how that word has been used, that determines the part of speech of that word. In other words, when you look at this sentence, there is a book on the table. Every word in this sentence plays a role. For example, the word on is a preposition. The word the is an article. The word table is a noun. This is an article. This is a verb. So every word has a role to play. And that is what we call as part of speech. Any word in a sentence has a role to play, and that word which you pick is a part of speech, or that role that you pick is a part of speech. That means any word in a sentence, correct? Just a moment. Any word in a sentence will play a role, and those roles could be either the word is a noun. It could be a noun. The word book could be a noun. It could be a verb. It could not be anything else. It could be only these two things. So a word in a sentence, any word. Understand, when I say a word, it means any word. Any word in a sentence could be a noun or it could be a pronoun. Correct? It could be a noun or it could be a pronoun. It could be a verb. It could also be, apart from these, it can be a adjective. It can be an adjective. Correct? It could be adverb. It could be preposition. It could be a conjunction, or it could be a interjection. So these are the different part of speech that are possible or that are there in the English language. Number one, it could be a noun. Number two, it could be a pronoun. Number three, it could be a verb. Number four, it could be an adjective. Number five, it could be an adverb. Number six, it could be a preposition. Number seven, it could be a conjunction. Number eight, it could be a interjection. There are 8 different parts of speech in English language. Now, what does it mean? I will repeat again. Any word that you use in a sentence could belong to one of these categories. For example, I love football, correct? When you say I love football, in this case, the word football is a noun, the word love is a verb, the word I is a pronoun. Brilliant. Any sentence, no matter how small or how large or how big or how long the sentence is, any sentence, each word in that sentence could either be one of these, nothing out of this. So, for example, when you say that she likes dancing and cooking. Now, many of you might wonder that what is this? She is a pronoun. Likes is a verb, and dancing and cooking, they act like objects of the verb. They are gerunds and they are acting like nouns. So if you say that what is this exactly, it is gerund, it is a type of noun. So I can fit it in the noun category, but they are gerunds, they are a type of verb. So there are basic sub classifications within that. For example, in noun, you can go to many categories. You must have learned categories in nouns. A common noun, proper noun, abstract noun, a material noun. So many different classifications we have in noun. So for example, the word table is a noun. The word honesty is an abstract noun. The word man is a common noun. The word Brijesh is a proper noun, and so on and so forth. So the nouns have different categories. Even the pronouns have different categories. How would you categorize pronouns? Object pronoun, subject pronoun, reflexive pronoun, maybe some more categories, definite pronoun, indefinite pronouns, and so on and so forth, right? So even the pronouns have their categories, but we are not bothered about the categories here. We are bothered about the fundamental parts of speech and how they look and what is their function. So we have nouns, we have pronouns, we have verbs as well. So in the verb, you have finite verb, you have non-finite verb, and within the non-finite verb, you would have something like gerund, participles, infinitives, and this is a type of gerund. So within this classification, you can keep on putting lots of things. Adjectives, again, maybe some classification, I don't know, but adjectives, adverbs don't have too much of classification. Preposition, we know different kinds of preposition, they show some sort of relationship. Conjunctions, you know conjunctions, right? How they are used to join ideas in a sentence. And then you have interjection. Now, if you ask me that which is the least useful part of speech in this entire list, I would say that this is the least useful part. I don't say it is useless. It is wrong to say that anything is useless in a language. But if you ask me which is the least useful, I would say interjection, because we don't use interjections frequently in writing. You might write 1000-word document and may not have used any interjection. Interjections are particularly used as fillers. They express your emotions. For example, we say wow, or we say ah, or we say oh, we say alas, we say yippee, we say yummy. All these are expressions that indicate your emotional likes or dislikes or approval or disgust. And therefore, interjections are nothing but words that express our emotion towards something. And that's why I would say that these are the least useful part of speech. Coming to the other, even the prepositions and the conjunctions are not very useful. I mean, prepositions are few and far in number. If you can list all the prepositions, it would not go more than 50. If you list all the conjunctions, it will not be more than 40. So the list and the number of prepositions and conjunctions is limited. We have number of adjectives in the dictionary. We have number of adverbs in the dictionary. Even the verbs are great in number. There are so many actions. There are so many subtle actions. So verb, adjectives, adverbs, they are all in good number. Pronouns are defined 30, 40, 35, 25, not more than that. Nouns are many in number. So if you ask me the important parts of speech, they are your nouns, verbs, adjective and adverb. Nouns, verbs, adjective and adverb. They are very important. In fact, without a noun, you can't think of a sentence. Every sentence will have a subject and a verb. So if I have to say who is the king here, it is the verb. The verb is the king of all the part of speech. Why? Because without a verb, you can't think of a sentence. Now, today's title that I had given you was article usage. Now, what is article? I will just briefly give you the introduction so that next time when we meet, we can discuss it in get more detail. Now, when I talk about articles, we have three fundamental articles. One is a, the other is an, and the third is the. Correct? These are the three fundamental articles, a, an, the. How do you use them and what is the purpose? Understand the first thing. The first thing is articles always come before a noun. That means articles will always come before a noun, not before any other part of speech. So I can say a ball, a pen, an apple, a person, the capital, so on and so forth. So all these three articles are used before nouns, firstly. Secondly, the difference is that they are used for usually, I mean, if you ask me, articles would be placed in which category? Where would you place the article? Would you place the article in noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb? Where exactly would you place them? You have to understand that if the articles are used before nouns, then you have to go and look at the definition of adjective. What is an adjective? An adjective is something that qualifies a noun. An adjective is something that qualifies a noun. So, if I say, I have a pen, I have two pens, I have let's say blue pens. Correct? Look at all these sentences, sentence 1, sentence 2, sentence 3, and this will give you a very, very good way of contrasting. I have a pen, correct? I have two pens and I have blue pens. Can I say in all the cases they are doing similar job? Yes or no? They have taken a place or a position before a noun. So I have blue pens. Can I say blue is the adjective or the quality of the pens? I have two pens. Now, two is not a quality, but it is definitely defining something about the noun. The way blue is defining the color of the noun or the object, two is defining the number of the object. And A is also defining a number. A means basically one. Any pen, एक pen है, कौन सा ही pen है मेरे पास. So if you look at all these, they're all acting like adjective, though this is a proper adjective and this is not a proper adjective. All articles come in the category of determiners and all determiners are adjective. Please understand, this is very important. All articles, correct? Understand this. All articles come in the category of determiners and all determiners are adjective at the end of the day. All determiners are adjectives. All articles come in the category of determiner and all determiners are adjectives. Example, this is a determiner. I have 2 pens. I have some pens. You have many pens. I have a pen. You have 2 pens. She has many pens. 2 is determiner. It defines quantity. Many is determiner. It defines quantity. A is also determiner. It defines a specific random number. So if you look at all these, this is how we get basically understanding of the article. Articles are always placed before a noun. They come in the category of determiners and all determiners come in the category of adjective. This is something very, very important and I hope you have understood this. Next time when we meet, we will discuss about article usage, A and the how to use them and what are the functions and the methods of using. So far I hope you enjoyed the basics of parts of speech. You have understood what is A and the how it is used, and next time we will take questions on these articles. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being so attentive.